What's going on YouTube, man? Sunday, man, July 5th. One day after 4th of July, we back at the classic, man. We're working on these lights. This light situation, man. I couldn't get this light right here unplugged from the back. So I just ended up taking the whole light out. I can't get this thing to come out. That's probably why the light wasn't working. So I can see we all them butt connectors when we tried to jimmy rig it, jimmy rig it. As my white folks would say, southern rid. I heard a white man say that. He said, man, it's been southern rid. He said, look at this. That's another piece of southern engineering. Yep, that's that. Oh, look, damn, one just came out. See, I said southern engineering. Yep, we're gonna do it right, Jimmy. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna take all this southern engineering off here. We're gonna do it correct, baby. What's the correct way, baby? New wiring harness. Look at that right there. Look at that new piece of engineering from the north. That's that north engineering right there. New wiring harness, brand new lights. That's that northern engineering. We're gonna do it the correct way and not the light way, okay? So anyways, I'm gonna plug this up. I don't even know if this is the correct wiring harness because I got this off the internet. So let me just test some things out. Boy, it's hot out here, but it ain't too hot. It's about 80 degrees. I just found these lights in the truck. I got some more over in the other truck. Hopefully this right here will work, but I don't know. I don't remember what I bought this for. Okay, so this can be used for a reverse light or a stop and turn light. So I can see there's two options on the back. This is for stop, the brake light and the blinkers. This right here is if I just wanted to use it for a reverse light. So I just want to do a stop and turn. So we're gonna take the new wiring harness. And I'm assuming it's gonna be this one right here on the end. We're just gonna plug it up. Plug it up and test it out if it goes in and work. Okay, it's plugged up. All right, so I got it plugged in. I'm just gonna plug in one. Does this need a ground to it? No, it should have a ground when I plug it up. Let's see. So we gonna come down here and plug it down here. I know y'all can see. But we got it unplugged right there, so we're gonna plug that in, and then I'm gonna put some power to it, and I just need this one light to come on, then I know the rest of them will come on, so. All right, I got it plugged in. So hopefully we don't got no sparks, and then let me just kind of lay this backwards. Let me give it some power and see what's gonna happen. Now I got the batteries disconnected. So let me reconnect the batteries and see if we get any type of power going on back there. Put the blinker on. Look like we got some power. We got some power, but we don't have a blinker. So since we don't have a blinker, that's gonna be probably a new fuse. That's gonna be fuse related. Let me just make sure it's not the other turn signal. Oh, you know what? Wrong turn signal, people. Wrong turn signal. So that's for this side. Okay, so let me give me another light. Let me turn all of it off and try again. Hold on. Got it plugged up on the wrong one. Hopefully these old rubber garments, I might have to order some new ones. I could take a wire brush and kind of clean that off. I guess we open a new one. I didn't plan to upgrade no lights or nothing like that. A lot of this stuff I already had. Just like these brake chambers, a lot of the stuff I had bought back in 2022. I bought a lot of parts for my truck back in 2022 because I figured while the money was good in 2022, if I just go ahead and buy a bunch of parts in the future, if freight was to slow down and things like that, by me already having parts, I would be able to still survive, if that makes any sense. So let's hook this up. Yeah, I might have to do all 3 lights. Got a little bit of electrical grease on here already. That's good. It's already some electrical grease on now. Just try and get it plugged in. Trying to get the angle correct. Can't get it to go in. No, I think I got it. There you go. All right, I got it. Okay, let's try it again. All right. Got both of them plugged in this time. So let me try this again. Man, this camera overheating already, so I'm about to make this a short video on this GoPro. Okay, we got something blinking now. So it was the wiring harness, as y'all can see. So now that light working, boom. I don't know if y'all can see that. There you go. Now we got the blinker working. Stop light working over there. Let me switch to the other side just to make sure. So that's gonna help us with the DOT inspection. Now we got working lights back here. Okay, other side working. All right. Oh, wait a minute. My camera went dark on me. Oh, there you go. There you go. Okay, so it was just wiring. So I guess I'm gonna order a new one for the middle. That way they can all be LED, because I think I only got 2 of them. This one right here, I think this is for, no, that don't fit right there. That's probably for the other truck. Actually, I may have some more in the blue truck. Yeah, I probably do got some more in the blue truck. As long as this right here is working, that's all good. So let me stop this camera and get this thing to cool down, man. It's overheating. All right, so I went over to the blue truck and I found me I believe this is an amplifier, or it could be speakers, 6x9 speakers. Nah, it's probably speakers. Okay, that's for a blue truck. Let me see what I found up in here. That looks like some glad hand. Okay, I need that. That's for the glad hand. Got some chrome pieces. Got us an extension. I think I'm gonna put that in the truck. Got us an extension. What else I found over there? Check this out, y'all. Ooh, look at that right there. Empire chrome. That's a shifter knob. Can go right on top of that blue, although it don't match and it ain't gonna look good. I had to get another color. But I do like this ball though, so yeah, I'm gonna run both of these in the truck. But yeah, I couldn't find no more lights, so I guess I'm about to order a light. So we got the rubber garments in. Pretty easy. We already tested these lights out. We're just missing that middle light, which I'm gonna have to order. That's all right. I'll get us a middle light in here soon. Probably be, if I can find it at Fleet Pride, I can get it Monday. But I got all three of these out. I'm finna to unhook the wiring so I can install the new wiring. And I already got the middle grommet already out for the middle light when I order one. So far so good. Like I said, I just gotta unhook all this wiring back here and rewire. Rewire all this stuff. Look like I'm gonna need a zip line. Or maybe not. I don't know how much extra wiring this is back here. I need to get this off or just cut it off. I probably just end up cutting it off. Yeah, I can cut that zip tie right there. That's one, two zip ties. 3 zip ties. This one can stay right here. All right, let me see how I'm gonna do this. So I figured I'd just make this one whole video of me just doing the lights, because this camera gonna overheat. And I got my backup camera with me just in case, so I'm finna to get to unhooking this stuff. Hopefully it's easy to come out. Looks like I need something to cut some zip ties. Let me go get that. Got our old trusty cutters. I should just cut right through. So we got 2 of them cut so far. So, like I said, it was better just to buy a new wiring harness. I think the wiring harness was $100, which it's worth $100 now because it works. So, you know, now all the lights back here gonna work. You know, pass a good DOT inspection. Got all new braking system, new brakes, new air hoses. You know, all that good stuff. Oh, just thought of something. Sit that there. So in this box is supposed to be some spiral cords for these brake lines, for the ones that's touching. I believe it's 25 feet, I believe. Let me just double check and make sure that that is what's in here. That way I can protect these new brake hoses. If that ain't enough feet, I just order some more. So it should be enough to, because all of them ain't touching, so I just need to cover up the ones that's rubbing up against something. So this is the brake hoses is 1/2, and this right here is 3/4. So it's a little bit bigger, so it should just be able to spiral right on. I'll put that on later though, as long as it came. All right, let's get back to this wiring harness. Okay, so this is a little cap to cap off. There's a little cap that was on the old one. I guess it's used to cap this off right here, so we're gonna go ahead and just plug that in just to protect that. So that's capped off now. Cool. So I can see, cap that off. All right. Pretty much got it all off. This one right here requires screws. And it's also grounded to something. This is the old one. It goes through here. This red one, I'm not sure what it's grounded to. It goes to this. Okay, it's grounded to this, which we don't need. So I might have to undo that one because this next one don't require that. I don't know why it's grounded to the frame. I don't think I can cut that, man. That look like it's screwed on. Can't really tell. Well, I cut myself. We gotta take that off. What can I turn that with? Oh, I see. That's for this out here. Okay, yeah, that's for a. That's for this right here. I don't know if this was some type of backup alarm. I don't need it, so this coming off. Yeah, I can see it was grounded. And they was trying to get power from this cable. Yeah, all this shoe shine, this whole thing needs to just come off. So I don't need that. I just cut the wires on it. I cut the wires on that and just reinstall the lights. That's all. I just need the lights. These upper lights, I'm not too sure about. I'm not sure what the situation is with those. These are for the airlines. So I had to go inside of here and see what that's about. They could just be reflectives. I don't know. They sure ain't hooked up to nothing, no. Alright, let me turn this camera off before it overheat. Alright guys, so this done took about 2 hours. I had to cut the old wiring harness out. But I got everything installed. I got both lights installed. I'm gonna have to order me a reverse light. So that's fine, I get that. I already got the wiring harness all set up. All I gotta do is plug it in when it's there. And I'm gonna put some zip ties around the back here. So y'all can see, just zip tied to the previous wiring harness right there. Zip tie that right there, it should be good to go. So everything plugged in, I'm gonna double check it, make sure it works. And like I said, the reverse light, we'll plug that in next. So I'm gonna put some power back to it again just to make sure it works. Put this in right there just so I won't forget it. I think it's about to rain too. Okay, there we go. So let me just double check and make sure these lights work. We ended up taking this off right here. That was some type of backup alarm. I guess they used to do tankers with this. That's the only reason Mr. Charlotte make you put on one of them backup alarms. It didn't work though, so you know I took it off. We got some new Glad hand seals. Go ahead and replace them. A second. Probably end up ordering me some new Glad hands all together. I might need some too to get this up out of here. Yeah, you know what? But yeah, we got a pack of these rubber Glad hand seals. Get a whole pack on Amazon for about $10. So y'all can see come out like that. I'm not sure how good y'all can see it, but there you go. What we're looking like. Yeah, I think y'all can see it. It's kind of a bad view, but it sounds good. So we're gonna put the new Glad hand seal in there. That'll help us with any air leaks. For right now. Got that new one in now. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one. See how I got a little rip up top on the old one? So we'll throw that away. Let me go ahead and do the other one. See how this line right here starting to rip? That ain't no good right there. So, yep, that ain't no good. So we got to order new lines, but for right now, this one ain't in bad shape, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it off anyway. Yeah, man, it took 2 hours to get that harness back on. Hopefully, it works out. All right, so we got both of them on. That's good enough for right now. Slide them down. This whole entire piece is only $100, so you know, if I need a whole new piece, I can get it for $100. Spring probably about $20. Although it's still springing, so put that in the trash. Let me check these lights back there. I'm tired as hell, y'all. At least it didn't rain on me though. It's just all that matters, it didn't rain. Let me just make sure all this stuff works. All right, both of them is on. I know it's daytime, so y'all can't really see it, but I see it. That's all that matters. Y'all can see it now. So, parking lights work. Let me check the flashers. All right, both the flashers working. Check that left blinker. Oh shoot. Okay, I just gotta switch the wiring in the back. Let me do that again. That side is for the left blinker, the other side is for the right. That's interesting. That's interesting right there. Left blinker is on the right back here. That ain't no good. The way the wiring harness is, I don't want to have to rewire it, but it looks like I'm gonna have to rewire it. I don't know how to make the I don't know how to switch it over without unplug. I know I can unplug it, but that's the only thing I can do is unplug it. So let me unplug it. I don't think this side gonna reach that far over. Oh, yeah, it will. Okay, never mind. I thought it wasn't, but it will. Kind of difficult to get up in now. Okay, let me plug this side in first. So that's working now. And I come do the other side. All right, much better now. There you go, kind of push that in there. All right, so now we got the left blinker working. All right, just doing right blinker. Alright, everything worked, man. We just need the reverse light. So everything back here good to pass the DOT inspection. Mud flap, reflective tapes, both the lights working. We'll get the reverse light in when we need it. This whole back row of tires is good. That second set of tires is good. We gotta replace these two over here. Shot tire pads. Everything back here good, no air leaks, nothing like that. You know, airbags good, brake chambers, slack adjusters. Everything back here new, ready to go. So should be an easy DOT inspection. Turn all this power off. We want to kill the batteries. We hit them flashes one more time though. Actually, let me turn the headlights on. Make sure it still works when I flip the switch upwards. Yeah, everything working. That's all that matters right there, baby. Alright. Alright. I'll come back and zip tie that later on. Turn all this shoe shine off. Alright, so everything wired up. Now we got the spiral lines for the brake lines. I'm just trying to keep it from rubbing. We should have enough feet. Let me see if I can get this on and get it twisted. If I remember how to do this correctly. Y'all probably ain't gonna be able to see, but I just talk to y'all for now. So, as y'all can see, yep, if you want to own a truck, some stuff you got to be out here doing on your own, which is fine with me. That's fine with me. But it may not be fine with you guys. You know. Hopefully this airline don't pop off on me. Nah, it should be alright. Get enough twisty twist going on here. It's definitely the right size, so let me just twist this on before I talk to y'all. But as you can see, some work you gotta do on your own, just minor stuff. Yeah, you can pay people to do this, but some stuff just ain't worth paying for, especially if you got some spare time or something like that. Dang it. Okay, I don't know what I got going on here. But I don't know what I got going on here. It's gonna be a little bit more trickier than I thought. But as y'all can see, man, some people don't want to take the time to do this type of stuff. Do you have to do this with a brand new truck? Nope. But you gotta pay for it with your life though. I ain't got that type of time to get a trucking because I already done gave it. I already done gave, you know, paying for a new truck, $270-something thousand, pay for it with your life, miss out on 4th of July and all this other shit just to find out at the very end of paying for all that shit, you ain't getting the title. Ain't got time for that. Ain't got time for none of this shoe shine. I'd rather do this right here. And because y'all see me doing all this work, that's why I have to go out and get almost 100% of my money, because as y'all can see, I done fucked up somewhere right in here. I need to cut some of this line off. Let me see about how much I need to cut off. I'm about to cut some of this line. That's why I need 100% of my money, man, because, I mean, is there a better angle I can put y'all with? Kind of crooked, but if you're gonna be doing all this work coming out your pocket 100%, you need to be getting 100% of the freight, and you need to be running the truck. Not when the rates is $1.50. No. When the rate's $3 plus, that's when your equipment come out. Anything below that, Mr. Charlie equipment come out. You know what I'm talking about? So let me cut some of this wiring down. Just kind of slice it right in here. There you go. That should be enough for that brake line right there. It's time consuming. Mainly because it's my first time doing it. Obviously, if I was, the next time ain't gonna be so, ain't gonna take as much time, you know. Alright. Under here. This right here is to protect the lines from rubbing. That's all this right here is for. That's all we try to do, just protect our investment. Now, you may say, Andrew, now you had to pay about $7,000 to get all this stuff done. How is that worth it? Guys, it's $7,000, but this is $7,000 over the course of 4 to 6 years. So these brake chambers, these air hoses, these airbags, these slack adjusters, and everything that I've done to the truck, this stuff ain't coming off for the next, 4 years minimum. Okay, I just say 4 years minimum. So it's $7,000 up front, but when you calculate how long that these parts are gonna be on the truck, it's not that much money. 7,000 divided by 4 years, that's pretty cheap in maintenance, okay? So but once again, did I have to do all this stuff up front? No. I had already passed the DOT inspection. Wasn't nothing wrong with nothing I had going on back here. My DOT inspection that I got, my annual inspection, is still good all the way up until I think September, but we're gonna end up getting a new one anyway. So now these spiral cords, paid about $30 for them. I think 25 feet or 50 feet or something like that. And they go around brake hoses to protect it from rubbing, so we ain't gotta ever do this work again. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gotta do them to all of them. I can though if I want it. If I really want to, I can do them to all of them. But I'm just trying to do them to the one that's touching a little bit at a time. No rush. I heard Party Hard video today. He want to get a cash truck too, but he want a mentor. Either me or Checkmate to mentor him. I hear you. Nothing wrong with that. Problem is a lot of the work that we do to these trucks, we do them, at the house. Park and stuff. And I think what's going to end up happening, people going to see the money coming in, but they're not going to remember any of this work. They're not going to remember, the fact that I spent months out here doing a wiring harness to the front of the truck. I actually took the whole wiring harness off and took it to the house and did some soldering to get that whole entire front of the truck, the top part of the truck, to light up. Back here is a new harness. I had to hunt this down. It didn't come from Freightliner. Had to hunt it down through the internet, and it was $100. Worked perfect. So, but they'll see, oh man, I need to get me an older truck, man. I see Andrew making all this money with the old truck, but they ain't gonna remember. For about a whole year, I was out here working on it, little by little. Did it take a whole year to get it up and running? No. That's just how long I took, because fucking Freight wasn't paying shit. You know what I'm talking about? Freight just started paying some money. So since Freight is paying some money, I need to goddamn slowly get this thing back up and running. You know what I'm talking about? Need to get this thing prepared in case we gotta go through the mountains. Mountain grade truck. So we're just gonna keep twisting this around the airlines. That's all they do is just twist around the lines. We have to do this for every truck, man. Every truck we get, new or old. A used truck. Used truck, 400,000 miles. I gotta do the same thing, man. Brakes, brake chambers, slack adjusters, tires, lights. Everything still, don't matter what age the truck is, unless it's brand new, fresh off the dealership lot. These parts are not made to be on here forever. Eventually this stuff gotta come off, you know. I'm almost done. I know that camera over there overheating, screaming for dear life. Hopefully it survives. You need to survive a little bit between the battery, the memory, and the fact that it's overheating. You know what I'm talking about? Let me go ahead and show y'all before it cut off on me. So this is what it's looking like so far. I'm almost done. See, I got about 7 minutes of memory left. So this is the hard work that's required. And keep in mind, man, we may take the first load and blow the engine. You know, you never know. Never know what could happen. But I do need to go back, be a company driver, and recoup a lot of money though, a lot of cash, because I'm cash poor. I'm not asset poor, I'm cash poor. You know what cash poor, you know the difference? That means I have a lot of money in assets that I don't feel like selling, you know? But I don't have a lot of cash because it's wrapped up in assets. All right, I got the last piece on. Boom, there it is right there. All right. That's good enough right there. All right, so there it is right there. We got the whole thing going. Kind of got a little thing right there, but see how it's sitting on this? Now it's gonna protect. So we just gotta do that one hose right there. I'm about to do one in the middle. I'm tired now. I wore out. We're gonna do this line right here. We ain't gonna do it today though. I'm tired now. But this hose, and that's it right there, because that hose right there is freed up. So yeah, we got enough line, man. So we just got this one hose to do. And yeah, we got some spare hose, so I'll look over the truck later on and determine where else we can put some at. But that's the main part right there. You know, we might have to put some right here to separate this. I don't think that's gonna rub though. That's not gonna rub because it barely can move. But all right, we got enough feet, so we'll come back and finish this later on, you know. All right, y'all, I'm out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, we got one more thing to do. License plate 925, 926, baby. We gotta do that right quick. Righty, let me see. Put that new sticker on in just a second. It's gonna say 927, but for right now, I don't know why they sent this separate, but you know it is what it is. As long as they send it, baby, as long as they send it. License plate paid for $1,700, overpriced, but you know it is what it is. We back legal again. 926, baby, back legal again. I gotta come back and rewire these lights. I need to order some new lights. These need to come off. That's what I'm gonna do. You know, them yellow lights, that junk need to come off. I got 4 different style of lights going on right here. Look at this shit. This shit crazy. I got some skulls. I got some yellow lights. I got regular lights. Yeah, this shoe shine need to come off here, man. Yeah, I get on the internet and order me some new lights. All right, man. Got the IFTA stickers on here. 2026. Make sure the other ones on the other side ain't fell off. Tomorrow, Monday, we'll figure out what we're gonna do Monday. Call up some shops, see what's going on. 2026 on here. All right, y'all, we out.